Previously on AI the Somnium Files.
How about ASET?
Sounds like ass. That's right. Turns out that was the real reason. But Iris just blocked that shit out of there. Yeah, it sounds like ass. Ass is funny. Yeah, it is. All right, you want to go see Toy Story? Yeah, all right, let's go. And now for the finale to
AI the Horny Guy. AI the Horny Guy. AI the Horny Guy.
Boobies rule.
AI the Horny Guy.
Would you like to touch my man's nut?
AI the Horny Guy.
Pervy Dante incoming.
AI the Horny Guy.
Hello! This is NicoB. Back with some more AI the Somnium Files. When we last left off, we learned the truth finally to about, I think, everything at this point. The origin of Date and all the crazy shenanigans and crap that went with it. And I think it was all right. Like I did like the mystery of it, and I think the answers for the most part are satisfying, but I still feel like there's too many moments of like it just kind of happens, like with like the characters basically letting, in both instances, right? The one where the cop lets the Rohan taking over 89 leave the building, and then the bodyguard dudes letting Date as now his new body leaving the building. You know, just like both instances. Like nobody told anybody about anything and nobody prepared like ahead of time, right? Even though we knew what the fucking result was. Like we knew what we were doing when we put it in there. Things like that, unfortunately, do take it away a little bit from me. And I do talk about that a bit at the end of this video when I get my final thoughts. But in regards to what I was sort of asking about before, in regards to like, well, why would Saito even swap bodies with Rohan at all? Lilia Luna gave a nice little explanation. And they said, fun fact, Yato Yagyu translates to Falcon 89. Date's car is also a Ford Falcon. This game is not subtle. Cool. All right. I did not know that. So also, Saito wanted to swap bodies with Rohan because, according to Uchikoshi, he admires strong male bodies. This is interesting because people with an oxytocin deficiency usually have lower levels of testosterone, meaning Saito biologically could never be manly. One of the times you investigate the coffee maker, Boss comments that black coffee is said to help you grow hair all over your body, and Date takes great interest in this, likely because Saito's body is physically incapable of growing something like a beard, which, if Falco's body isn't any indication, Date seems to be fond of. Basically, Saito was forced to be a pretty boy due to his oxytocin deficiency, and had always wanted to have a strong body. The opportunity presented itself and he took it. He's also just a psychopath in general and tends to do things because he thinks they'd be fun rather than for any specific purpose. Well, I actually really appreciate that. That's really cool. I really wish they included that in the game in some way. Unfortunately, it seems to be something that is only learned from some, I guess, a side interview from Uchikoshi, because as far as I could tell, and I did actually, by the way, check the files in the game in the appendix at the end. I actually do that. There was no mention of that. To be honest, though, most of the files in the game are also fucking pointless, except for like a handful, which actually have important plot stuff. But then everything else is like, what's a meme? What does bros before hoes mean? You know, it's like stupid shit. I really wish that he would have said that, because that level of reason for someone's action, it's like, that's impossible that somebody could have actually deduced the reason behind that. That's something you really need to be able to tell a player. That said, I still think it's a bit stupid that he ended up wanting to hop into the body that he'd just gotten through torturing. But I guess the counterpoint to that could be simply that, well, he doesn't give a shit. He just casually rips his eyeball out anyway, right? But it's still stupid. I still kind of wish, like, if they were gonna do that, why didn't they just like wait till he healed or just some other way? You know, that's the thing. There's a whole bunch of ways you can write a story and do it in a way that makes it not so fucking stupid or make you scratch your head like that, right? Just because that's the way he decided to do it doesn't mean he couldn't have done it a slightly more sound way. Like he could have gotten the answer maybe without torturing him, you know, with the truth serum. Maybe he didn't need to torture him or something. And then I would have been like, okay. And then he explained, oh, I like big, strong bodies. And then he hopped into him, right? Because of my dainty form, blah, 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 blah. And then I'd be like, oh, okay, then that makes sense. But for some reason, they really didn't. And I think that's sort of what this comes down to in this game is a lot of times it's like the structure of the story I think is sound, but it's a lot of the details when you really sort of think about it, that like the things that they could have gone over and polished and made better and made more like sense, right? Maybe if they hadn't spent so much time on those damn puns. But Lilia, Luna, I do actually really appreciate you pointing that out because I do think that's actually like an interesting plot point, actually, that I really wish they'd mentioned in the game. And it is for that reason you are our comment of the day. But all right, guys, this is it. The moment of truth and justice, the final episode of this series. I hope you guys enjoy this finale, and I'm going to leave it now to Past Nico. Take it away. Ah, shit.
Iris!
Date, do you like fireworks?
No, but I know you do, because I read your profile earlier. Shut up.
I love them.
Holy shit. Now it's turning into fucking GoldenEye.
A brilliant, glimmering fragment of time. The flash begins as a perfectly ordered chemical reaction that melts into chaos. Human lives are the same, are they not? As is the universe itself.
Damn it! I can't get into my sights.
Curse you, depth perception.
And I can't get any help from Aiba.
Blooming, scattering in the moment. And it's only a single moment, isn't it? A unique moment that you can never revisit. That's what makes life beautiful. Don't you think so?
Should I just risk it? But if I miss, I'll hit Iris.
But I've spoken enough. It's showtime. I will show you the most beautiful fireworks you've ever seen. The scattering of the cerebral plasma, the splattering blood. It's art. Perfect, beautiful art. Don't blink. I want this to burn into your retinas. Well, the one you have left.
Damn it! What do I do? What do I do?
I swear to God, if we pull a porn mag here, I'm gonna be so pissed. I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. Oh God, Bazooka!
You bastard! What do you think you're doing to Iris?
Tessa! I'm here to
Jesus
help.
Christ, beat the shit out of him. Die, demon.
Wait, Mizuki!
Ow, leg shot. Well, wait, she's back to being a little girl again. Ah! Ah, I'm gonna punch you with the gun instead of shooting you with it. Bah, 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 bah. Amazing choreography. Do. Falco. Pass. Oh, shorty, you can. Jesus Christ. Just flew like 30 yards.
Did you find him?
No, I can't find him anywhere.
Where the hell is he?
Damn it. I sure you can a little too far. Ah, fucking shit hurts like a bitch. The fuck is Tommy? Damn it, Odo, what have you done?
Some girl named Aiba told me to come. I heard everything.
About the mind swapping too.
Oh, good.
I heard it too. From Saito. Uncle, it's really you, right?
Yeah, it's really me this time. A bit of a roundabout way, but I'm back from the demon dead assholes. Woo! All right.
Yeah, of course. If I didn't come, who would?
So what? Did they just like leave a message on the phone or something? Like Aiba recorded and sent it out? I guess she can't move, or I guess maybe activate her shocking function, but she can still record a message and send it out. And whatever.
Oh, but don't flatter yourself, Date. We didn't come here for you. We're here to save Iris and Hitomi.
Right. Got it.
Oh, there he is.
That's
Date!
Hitomi? Hitomi!
Dante, Falco, Hayato, whatever. Sprint as fast as I could. Rushing upstairs, step after step until they blurred together. When I reached the top floor, I said I'll never forget greeting my demon eye.
Damn it!
Mom! Iris!
It seems I have an even bigger audience now.
It's like, okay, that little girl beat the shit out of me, but I'm fine. It's good.
That's fine.
Yeah, seriously, how the fuck did Mizuki not knock his head off with her inhuman-like strength?
Having more spectators will be a treat for us all. You all want to see, don't you? The fireworks? Oh, am I wrong? So you don't want to see the fireworks? Fine. Let's do this then. Date, drop your weapon. I promise I'll put the fireworks on hold. I'll even release this woman.
He's lying, Date!
Don't do it!
Throw down your gun, Date.
Do it, Date.
Ah, I see. You don't intend to take me up on my generous proposal?
Date!
You want to shoot me, is that it? Then do it. But you only get one shot. You have to kill me with one bullet. If you don't, the fireworks show will begin in earnest. And I will blow this woman's brains into the sky. What will it be, Date? What will you do?
Man, it's a good thing this guy's so comically evil. I'm gonna shoot this guy around the brain. Man, fuck this.
I can't hit him at this range. I can't aim with one eye.
Oh. Never mind, don't pull the trigger. So I was gonna begin with a minigame.
Well done. However, you aren't out of the woods yet. You have to throw your gun down, remember? You have 1 minute. If that weapon is still in your hands, I'll start the fireworks. And one more thing. If any of you move, I'll skip down to 0.
All right, do we have any more people that can just randomly show up? Boss, are you next? Booter? Anybody?
Let's begin. Ready? 59.
Date, look! It's that girl I told you about.
Aiba.
Date, I do not have much time. Listen carefully. As I mentioned previously, I cannot escape this body. The surge of electricity shorted out my circuits. I cannot administer a paralyzing electric shock either. However, there is another option.
Huh?
Self-destruct.
I knew this shit was gonna play into at some point. Trying to blow his head the fuck up.
Let us determine a code number. Command 41205. If you issue this command, I will detonate.
No, that's still too dangerous. The number will be the first lock. If I give you the second command within 1 minute of the first.
What is the second command?
Something not true.
How about if I tell a lie?
A lie?
Something that's not the truth. If I say something untrue, I want you to regard it as the second command.
Is your data stored in the cloud?
Unfortunately, that data has all been deleted.
Ah, damn it all.
I'm speaking to you using only local data.
Then, if your body is destroyed...
Correct. I will be destroyed as well.
10, 9,
Say it, Date.
6, 5,
Date, command!
2, 1.
Man, do I have enough time? I have 1 second to say all these numbers in a lie.
You are even more of an idiot than I thought. Do I look like the kind of man who keeps his promises? Now you get to see 5 fireworks. If you didn't drop your gun, it would have only been 1. You understand? After I dispose of this woman, I will pop their heads as well.
I mean, you're pretty far away, dude, so, you know, better have some fucking eagle eye there.
I can't believe you did that.
Or Aiba.
Fortunately for you, you won't have long to regret it. Yes. Yes. The burning in your eye. I see it now.
You know, I think about it, didn't they say that there were some lingering memories and stuff that were left behind about each person? So like when you get transferred over, you're supposed to like that's what allowed them to basically talk the way that they talk and know some stuff, right? To be able to make a convincing argument that, oh, that's still that same person and not somebody else. Wouldn't he maybe have like realized, I mean, that who Aiba was and stuff and what some of her capabilities were? Right? Like, did that not linger behind like some of the other things? Like, yeah, like, it's just, I feel like it's a lot of, this is sort of like this game in general, right? Like, I think this twist is cool and it's got a lot of potential and it's still leading to a fairly climatic ending. And I don't mean to burst some of your bubbles, but there's still a lot of shit that's kind of messy with this, right?
Watch. Eyes open. Watch this woman die. See her brain burn like fireworks.
Aiba, can you hear me?
Yes,
We don't have a choice.
I know.
Command 41205.
Look how happy he is over there. He's not gonna be happy here in a second.
Okay, Date.
I love you. Aw. Remember all our dumb fluff dialogue together?
I
Hate you.
hate you, Aiba.
Yeah.
I hate you, and I never want to see you again.
Second command confirmed.
Aw.
I understand.
See you on the other side, girl.
Be seeing you.
Ah, shit, you okay, dude? Ah, bleh. I just realized the top of Oda's head looks like a Pokeball. Did the rain stop? Not quite.
Has Aiba always been in your left eye?
Yeah, I didn't tell you for reasons.
Why didn't you tell me?
I don't know.
I thought you'd be jealous.
Huh?
What?
Thank you so much, Uncle.
No, don't thank me. Thank my partner.
Mr. Falco. It is you, Falco. Right?
It was always me, damn it. By the way, Momo's dead.
You shouldn't call me that. I am Kaname Date, MPD, Special Investigation Team Abyss. Sinker.
The end. 3 months later, Kasai. Kumi Shrine. 3 months later. Am I gonna get a new cool eyeball? Can Pooter make me a new one?
Uncle, your left eye.
Oh, this? It's just a prosthetic. It doesn't bother me.
Oh, good.
How you doing?
As you can see, I'm great. Hop, hop. Kangaroo goes hop.
I'm glad the surgery went well.
Yeah. The nanomachines went pew pew and bzz bzz and got rid of all the tumors.
Oh, right. That. I kind of forgot about that plot point. Cool.
At least, that's what I think they sound like. I don't know, they're small. Anyway, everything is fine now.
Oh,
The
good.
doctor even said I can dance again.
That's the most important thing.
All thanks to the boss. She paid for the treatment. Can you believe it?
Thanks, boss. That's sweet government money. That's not exactly true. Boss didn't pay out of her pocket. It was a confidential transfer of funds from the main office. Iris knows everything about the original and new Cyclops serial killings now. Not just her, Hitomi, Mizuki, Oda, Moma, they all knew. No. The higher-ups were willing to do anything to keep it from getting out. So in return for her silence, they agreed to pay for Iris's treatment.
Maybe I owe it to the shrine. I feel like I ate the fruit of immortality. In a dream somewhere.
Then I guess you're immortal, huh?
We'll see 50 years from now. The way you are now is more familiar for me anyway, so...
Yeah, fuck that other guy.
My old uncle is back, you know? Besides, I don't care what you look like. You're always uncle to me. Isn't that how it should be? To judge by our hearts and not by our appearance?
Heart like to heart bark?
So I'm really that ugly, huh?
No. It's a rugged kind of handsome.
How'd you want to come here?
Because of the memories. I wanted to come here with Uncle again. Ratty cake.
Oh god, please. I don't want to hear this.
Bake me a cake as fast as you can.
Yeah, I can't skip it.
Pat it.
Fuck it!
Fill it with fruit. Put it in the oven. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I win! Yay!
Apparently this is literally the only time we ever hung out. This is the only one I ever flashed back to.
I still don't have the answer to my question.
What question?
Oh.
When am I gonna hear good news from you two?
Oh, yeah.
When will Uncle be my dad?
Never. After I'm done going through an episode of Freaky Friday, I turn away without answering. I stared out into the distance and something caught my eye. Those stupid flowers, fuck! Winter iris is in full bloom.
Well, let's get going.
Yeah, we still have a lot of people to see.
Yesterday, Iris was discharged from the hospital. Iris said that she wanted to see everyone who visited her. But she's still embarrassed to go by herself, so I promised I'd take her.
We also have to get home. Shovel Forge.
If you try it, I'm leaving.
I'm kidding.
I'll kill myself if you don't play with me! Oh, Iris!
But we do have a date, don't we? The date we had 3 months ago isn't over yet. So let's go.
Ah! Okay. Oh, fuck. No! Do I gotta go visit everybody? I was like, okay, we're getting close to the end of this episode. Oh, fuck me. Sorry, I thought we were getting close to the end. Not that this is bad or anything. It's just, like, I'm already, like, probably a good hour and a half into this episode. This is probably gonna make it at least 2 hours, which just means more editing for me. But, you know, it's fine. Let's just, like, start at Abyss. How's everybody doing 3 months later? Do I still have my Mustang?
I'm glad you finally got out of that hospital.
Thanks, boss.
Now, I could sit here and examine everything in here again, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to examine this guy.
I hate being in their Nile group chat. I'm not even that close with them.
There we go. That's all I wanted to hear. My best friend, Mario! Okay, I'm sure if I look around here, we'll talk more about my balls and how much boss wants to fuck me, but we'll be here for 8 hours, so... How you doing, girl?
Why are you asking? You see me every day.
I know, but we flash forward, so, you know.
Are you gonna go to the club later?
Interested? But you're still a bit too young. I'll take you when you're older. Promise.
We're gonna go find some boys. No, date me, please. I love you. About 6 years ago.
Boss, I gotta ask. Why didn't you tell me about what happened 6 years ago?
Well, when Shoko's corpse was found, I didn't think it had anything to do with the Cyclops Killer. I thought the culprit was Rohan Kumakura, remember? And he committed suicide a year before. I never thought that he was swapping bodies. And the other person responsible for the original Cyclops serial killings was locked up in Fuchu, making it impossible for Saito or Rohan to be involved. So, I didn't tell you.
But we never recovered that sync machine, right? Right? The sync machine they used to do this in the first place, they never recovered it, right? So, I mean, or did they? Did they recover it and then it got stolen again? But if they never recovered it, then why wouldn't she think this could possibly happen again, right? Yes, he killed himself, but like, why, you know, maybe they switched bodies again. I don't know. I some details of this, I'm just not sure if I'm misremembering or maybe they explain I missed or hasn't been explained.
Besides, the sync machine being used to swap bodies is a national secret. I was ordered to never reveal that information to anyone under any circumstances.
So that's why you kept me in the dark?
Not even to the guy that actually had his body swapped.
Yeah.
Fuck me, right?
Still thinking about her, huh?
No, not exactly.
No, doesn't surprise me. You two were great partners.
That was interesting. You see how it came in for a second and they forgot to add the sepia filter? It was like, color, oh, wait, flashback, sorry. There we go.
3 months ago, when we exchanged our final words.
Can't her just make a new one?
Like I do now. I wasn't in Date's body, but Iba still obeyed me.
Because I was Date on the inside. I love you.
Second command confirmed. I understand.
You're underestimating the Wadjet system.
Huh?
Iba was no ordinary AI. She was human in so many ways, including the ability to see and think beyond the physical. She didn't need your voice or iris authentication or anything like that. She knew the real you and regarded you as her master. That's why she followed your command, despite looking completely different.
And her not really obeying you 90% of the time.
I think maybe she knew your soul, Date.
Aw. You my buddy.
By the way, Date, I have a gift for you.
A gift?
Close your eyes.
It is, I was told, closing my eyes. When suddenly... Ah, fuck, right in my face. Ah! Should you pepper spray me?
Don't worry, it's just some knockout gas.
Uh-oh.
What?
You're going to experience something incredible. That's my present to you.
What?
Why?
Shh. Sweet dreams, Date.
Iris, get out of the room. It's about to get dirty in here. And then we've just fucked like monkeys.
This is the sync room.
Ah!
Pewter?
More importantly, Kagami! Get about my face. You are.
Was it, Kaniza?
It's Kagami!
Ah!
Kaniza, where did you even get that from?
Kaniza!
Only the first 2 letters are the same. Literally 2/3 of the name is totally different. I heard. Plastic surgery, right? Must have been a really bad wound to have to remake your whole face like that.
Yeah. By the way, if I happen to look like that guy I was in the news, it's a total coincidence.
But it looks like it worked at least.
It's the Spectre I see everywhere. Always here. Damn it, I was hoping I can get the Kagami ending. Where's Iris?
Don't worry.
She's already dead.
She's with the boss. She's safe.
Do you sync with me?
I did not. But I did use the sink chair.
For what?
Something.
Why are you here, brother?
Am I not allowed to be here?
Yeah.
Of course not. You should have been arrested 3 months ago.
Peter was working for Renju, or to be precise, Saito inside Renju. He was leaking confidential information to him. He almost got me killed like 30 times. Peter also helped Rohan inside the body of 89 escape. Peter was immediately punished and fired from the force.
Yes, I was arrested.
But thankfully, our justice system is fucking garbage, and I'm back on the job again.
I'm eating awful meals every awful day in an equally awful detention facility.
Then how are you here?
I wonder.
Don't act dumb.
Date, it's okay. Boss brought him here.
She did. Why?
She told us not to tell you.
Huh?
Anyway, I'm sort of like his handler now. I'm supposed to be an inspector, but I was the only person qualified for this job.
They just want to include me in the editing in some way, okay?
Kind of pathetic, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't really get it, but okay. Why am I here?
Everything that the boss did, she did for you. Ask her about it. She truly cares about you, you know. That's why she kept silent about what happened 6 years ago.
Huh?
You were once an assassin. If your secret ever got out, your life would be effectively over. But the boss protected you by hiding your past. I don't think she wanted you to leave her alone. Now, who is she to you? Anyway, now that this is done, I'll excuse myself.
I don't know, do I love Atomi anymore? Or am I just gonna fuck the boss? Yeah, sorry, Iris. You're too annoying. I'm going with the boss. And we're gonna make a baby together.
Iris.
Iris.
What happened to Boss?
She went home. She said she needed to do something in Kabukicho.
She left?
Anyway, forget about that. Let's play!
Play.
Shovel Forge.
What? What's she... That's it? That's how the scene ends right now? I guess... What'd she do? Like throw Aiba in my brain or something? Not gonna tell me until later. Okay. Sejima residence. I guess So didn't die in this route. Hey, Dad. I mean, not Dad. Whatever. You know, you get what I mean. Feeding these fucking koi until they get fucking fat and then I eat them. I left Iris in the car. I figured that she didn't want to see this douche. Parked the car a little ways down. That's right. Her father. Her real father. She doesn't know that I'm here.
I see your face has improved. This one doesn't make me so angry.
Yep, I'm not your dumb, weird son. Because it's not his son's face, I guess. I don't know who told him, but he must know about the Switch.
What did you come here for?
I want to ask you something.
Why are you here?
That's a strange question to ask a man in his own home.
I just thought prison would suit you better.
Don't you know the law? No one can touch me.
Even though we both know you committed a crime.
Indeed. 18 years ago. And I was not the one who killed Monica Iwai. That was my son, Saito.
But you hired the Kumakuras to hide the body.
And his head is exploded now.
The statute of limitations for improper handling of a corpse is 3 years.
Is it really?
I did what I did to protect my son. I hardly think that is a sin. Are you familiar with Article 105 of the Penal Code? Relatives of those who have committed crimes cannot be prosecuted for evidence tampering or obstruction of justice.
That's ridiculous.
I agree. If I were still a congressman, I might think about changing it.
That's right. You're not a politician anymore. The media has already begun tearing you to pieces.
Yes. Soon I won't be able to live in this country anymore. I'll retire to an island somewhere and live the rest of my days in leisure.
Be careful, So. There are a lot of people out there who have a grudge against you. People who will follow you to the ends of the earth.
That's none of your concern. Is that all you wanted to ask me?
Apparently not. Why didn't you look for Saito 6 years ago? Yeah. 6 years ago, my mind was implanted into the body of Saito. I lost my memory and ended up wandering the streets until boss found me. Showered me at Abyss and gave me the name Kaname Date. But so, Saito's father never even put out a missing persons report on his son. Why?
Because of the woman you call boss. 6 years ago, she came to me and explained the whole thing.
Okay, so that did happen.
You know about the Cyclops serial killings? The culprit is your son, Saito Sejima. But you already knew that, didn't you?
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying we should make a deal. You give me one thing, and I promise none of this will be released to the public.
What is it?
Leave Saito with us. Tell anyone who asks that Saito is soul-searching on a trip around the world or something. Do we have a deal?
Sure, I never liked him anyway.
I didn't have much of a choice, of course. If I refused, Saito's crimes would be exposed and my political career would be over. Besides, I never held much love for him in the first place. She was practically doing me a favor. So, of course, I said yes. And in doing so, I was able to learn a secret of the Metropolitan Police Department. It worked quite nicely for me.
So, okay. So I guess they did explain the whole body swap thing? Because all she said was we're taking care of Saito ourselves, right? He must have, otherwise he would have reacted to Date when he arrived there, right? Why'd you call Shoko's phone? Three months ago, 9:02 p.m. on Friday, Shoko's body was found. She called her burner phone. I asked him why.
Do you recall the conversation we had? That my secretary got a call from number 89? That is true. I did get that call.
I know. You spoke with number 89, didn't you?
I did.
What did you talk about?
He told me this. A woman named Shoko Nadami knows what happened 18 years ago. Contact her.
And you called her phone?
Yes.
I've been studying for the past 3 months. I've learned a lot about the explosion of the chemical plant Kawasaki. It was caused by you and Rohan, the chairman of the Kumakuras at the time.
As you know, my son Saito was abnormal, with all of the awful things that my son did. I used my money to cover it up. But that got increasingly expensive, you see. One day, 9 years ago, Saito called me.
Dad, I thought of a plan. A foolproof plan to make us rich.
What is it, you crazy psycho?
Chemical plant explosion plan. To help ensure that the casino in Kawasaki would be extraordinarily profitable.
It was Saito's idea.
True. My son was born with an abnormal mind. But if I had never been involved with Monica in the first place, perhaps he wouldn't have ended up losing control completely.
Like, we didn't feel like re-rendering the scene with Saito instead. Like, fuck it. We don't have the budget for that.
As soon as he drove his knife into Monica, something awakened in him. In the end, that's what led to his destructive, violent plan.
You sound like you're blaming yourself.
Perhaps.
Why did 89
I can't
have to
say
contact Shoko?
exactly. The only thing he said was, I realized everything when Shoko arrived. I have to see her again. I had no idea what he was talking about.
At the time, Rohan was in number 89. Maybe Rohan realized it when Shoko came to visit the prison. That was really Saito inside Shoko's body. That what he meant by realized everything. Or that's what he meant by realized everything. Rohan needed to speak with Saito again. But he couldn't, not from inside Fuchu prison. Instead, he called up So and had him do it. He thought he'd get Saito to visit again.
By the way, did you ever meet number 89?
No, I didn't.
Did you ever see his face?
No. Why?
It's me.
No reason.
All right, bye.
Well, I'll be seeing you, so.
I very much doubt that.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I'll see you in hell, bitch. We parted without saying goodbye.
Oh, damn. I left Iris waiting. She might be angry. I gotta get back to her soon.
Where should we go next? Back to her house.
Iris, didn't you say you were going to see everyone who visited you at the hospital today?
Yes, Mom. I still have some people to see. But Uncle really wanted to come here.
I said no such thing.
Come on, don't be shy. There are a lot of things you want to talk about, right? Come on, just do it.
You're my daddy, right? Be my daddy! I don't want to. Please. But I'm not ready. Of course, I want to talk to Otome. I want to ask her all about what's happened in the past 6 years. And I want to fuck her like crazy later. But that's not for me to ask. Even showing up here like this isn't right, honestly.
Oh, Uncle, you're so shy.
Iris is teasing me. I could use that sometimes. She can help me loosen up some of my rusted screws. Alright. How have things been?
Things have calmed down, thanks to you. The school has changed, but being a teacher hasn't.
About Iris' recovery.
Thank you. This is all thanks to you, Falco.
No, I didn't do anything. Also, that name.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Date. I'm grateful from the bottom of my heart.
About Monica and Renju.
They were my best friends.
And they're fucking dead.
We would always go to this little coffee shop after school. They had this old game machine there. It looked like a table, and it was about shooting invading aliens or something like that. We talked about all sorts of things sitting there. Our love lives, our potential careers, things we didn't like about our teachers. It was their idea that I become a teacher, you know? They told me that teaching elementary suited me perfectly. Those were such fun times.
About your right arm. I can't ask her that. I was the one who did that to her. My bad.
No! Stop!
God, how many times are we gonna show me getting shot to shit? Fuck. This apologist's all over again.
I was silent, but she must have noticed by my face.
If this is about my arm, don't worry about that. You tried to defend me. I know that.
You got out of the way of my shot, damn it! So me and Iris know everything that's happened so far.
You're too nice, Mom. I will never forgive you. You have to take responsibility.
Iris.
No, let me talk.
Fuck you, Uncle!
Uncle will be your right arm. That's how he can make it up to you. Maybe not now. It might take some time, but I'll be waiting. One day, Uncle will stand on Mom's right side, and we can go wherever we want. The three of us. To the ocean, a river, an amusement park.
Wait a minute, aren't I still a fugitive technically? Like, I still have the face of this guy that was in prison. I mean, did we somehow, like, just pay off the government and everybody else? Like, to just look past this shit? They said, like, her higher-ups wanted to hide this, but, I mean, seriously, someone broke out of prison. That was in the news, right? Was it? I don't know, whatever.
Barbecues, and we can make okonomiyaki.
Just like this dumb picture.
Where's that hot plate I bought?
On the shelf.
And I'm gonna need a raincoat.
Hey, that's cheating!
You're planning on being covered in flour?
Of course, that's why it's fun.
6 years ago, I was an assassin. Nothing I can do now will make these crimes disappear. If I protect them, make sure they're always smiling for the rest of their dumb days, I figure that might be enough to outweigh my sins. But probably not. Alright. Lemniscate. Big titties. Oh, damn it. Is Big Titty receptionist even gonna remember me? I don't think she will. Oh my God, who's this cutie? I saw Mizuki when I saw Lemniscate. Guess what happened this morning? Mizuki and I are in something of a cold war. She won't even look at me. We're both stubborn. Neither of us wants to apologize first. Yo, yeah, hello. Yeah. Extend my hand like a sword, ready to strike.
You want to fight me?
Yeah. Well, what happened? What do we do? She didn't seem to take that as a joke. But I fight her. I wouldn't get workers comp for that. Yo. She ignored me with all her might. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Creepy old man.
Nothing, huh?
She looks mad, understandably. What happened? Thank you, receptionist.
Excuse me?
Yeah, mate.
You might not remember, but 3 months ago,
We had a hilarious ending in a Tommy.
I called to ask you about Renju, and you told me about Sunfish Pocket. You really helped me out. Thank you.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about, but whatever. You want to go to a Tommy with me?
Ah, yeah! Fuck yeah! Let's go! Yeah, that's right. Fuck the rest of this ending. Who gives a shit? True ending right here, baby.
Tommy, why?
Well...
What? Well, you know. What? You know. I want to rub them. I want to rub your boobies.
I want to rub them. Oh, I could rub them all day.
What?
You're too curvy, tight.
Oh! My shoulders! Oh my god, thank you. I've had so many knots lately. Ugh.
Yeah. Although honestly, even saying I want to rub your shoulders would still be creepy, but okay.
Perfect timing. Go ahead. I'd love a shoulder rub.
I got up and moved behind the receptionist to rub her shoulders, then sat back down. Good enough. Harrison Mizuki stared at me the whole time. The icy gaze pierced my very soul. Whatever. Hold me. I love you so much.
Hold me! Hold me tight! Hold me tight!
Oh, my good fellow. Feeling a bit worse for wear, are you?
What the fuck is this guy doing here?
Worry not. I shall embrace you.
No, not you!
Ah! The fuck is this guy doing here? We still going? Huge breasts. I heard a voice say deep within my heart. The big-breasted receptionist. I'll never forget you. And you too. You!
Moi? I am merely a taxi driver, my good man.
Have we met?
Well, let me see. No, I don't think we've ever crossed paths.
No, I don't think we did that in this timeline.
I have an excellent memory. I usually remember my customers.
I think I was in the Miyumi ending or something. Whatever. I can't keep track of this game.
Your face.
All right, so I look different than I did 3 months ago. Wait a minute. What are you doing here?
I have an appointment to wait upon a young celebrity. I was told to wait here.
Okay. I'm sure there's plenty of hilarious dialogue involving the saying hi to a table, high school, and dirty magazines, but I don't care. Can you ask Mizuki why she's here? Can you ask Mizuki if she's graduating soon? Can you ask her how she's been?
Uncle wants to know how you've been lately. You don't know? Even though we live together? Of course you don't know, because we barely talk. Even after you've officially adopted me, you don't have any sense of responsibility.
Yeah, I'm your dad now.
That's what she said.
Can you ask why she's here?
Uncle wants to know why you're here. No particular reason. Am I not allowed to be here? I inherited Daddy's stock at Lemniscate. This is my company now. Isn't it natural that I be here? That's what she said.
This 12-year-olds run this entire billion-dollar company. Ask Mizuki she's graduating soon.
Uncle wants to know if you're going to graduate soon. So what if I am? Just buy me a new junior high uniform and hire a tutor. I want to go to a good school and a new smartphone and a new iron pipe.
The fuck? Why the iron pipe? We never got an answer to that either. Why'd she carry that around with her? Just to murder people?
That's what she said.
Can
you cut this out already? What happened?
Breakfast this morning. I made the eggs over easy.
That's it? Yeah? Well, that's not so bad.
No, that's not it. I made the eggs over easy, and then Date...
How can I eat eggs like that? I want my eggs over well. Burned to the pan on the bottom and chewy on top.
Why don't you just eat an eraser?
An eraser would taste better than what you served.
You shouldn't say that about Mizuki's cooking. That's mean.
Even if it is true.
Her food is garbage and you know it, Iris.
You're in the wrong here, Uncle. Why don't you be honest and apologize?
Man, fuck it, both of you.
Mizuki is the one who should be honest. I'm like her hero.
What?
When I was in the hospital, you were crying like a baby. Oh, I can't live without Dante. That's what you said.
No, I didn't. And you were never in the hospital.
Yes, I was. Was I not?
What? But what was that memory?
Anyway, why don't you just make up already?
Damn it. That was another time on too. Is this actually going to get resolved in this game at all? This whole, like, seeing other world lines shit? Does it even matter at this point?
If Date keeps his promise, I will.
Promise?
The ramen? You said you would take me.
Oh, that. Yeah, not yet. Okay, fine. Soon, okay?
You promise?
Promise.
Good. I'm glad you two are being civil again.
Anyway, should we head out, Iris?
Yeah. All right, Mizuki. See you soon.
See you.
Damn it, why can't I leave Iris here? Take Mizuki instead. Alright. Sunfish pocket. I don't know why we're going here. Oda's probably here jacking off again. There's that random maid wafu.
I am seriously so happy for you, Tessa.
Yep.
It's thanks to you, Ota. If you didn't help me back then.
No, really. I didn't do much.
You really didn't.
I just risked my life to save you. It's a total exaggeration to say that I'm literally responsible for, you know, saving your life.
I see Oda is still fucking Oda. God damn it. What are you doing?
I've been doing good. I'm delivering newspapers in the mornings, working as a janitor during the day, and writing at night.
I'm writing my hentai at night.
I might just be the hardest working 20-something in Japan.
I don't know about that.
Really, though? I've got to be, like, in the top 3 in Tokyo alone.
Glad to see Oda's still a douchebag. Thought of kicking his ass, but I don't think it would take.
Shadows.
Thread, silhouette, A-set.
Fears.
Upset, regret, A-set.
Water.
Wet, sweat, A-set.
A-set, you bet! I can't believe you remembered that, Uncle. I'm so happy.
I said most of it.
Yes, repeat your anthem to us. I'm glad you're okay, but not really.
I'm actually exhausted right now. But I can't look tired in front of Tessa.
I've just been jacking off so much lately.
Anyway, how are you?
I guess I'm alright.
Your left eye,
It's fake. I can't see anything out of it. And it doesn't talk.
Huh? I see. So, Aiba? What a tragedy.
God damn it. How many times we gotta watch this dumb scene? What about me? Feed me! My eye is dead.
Tragedy?
Yeah. She was so cute. What a waste.
That's why.
If she were real, I would marry her.
You would not survive the attempt.
What do you mean?
Ota, what are you seeing? In front of Iris?
Oh! Tessa, I was kidding. It was a joke.
It's fine, I don't care.
It's fine. What the fuck? Do you think we have a chance?
Thank goodness.
I don't think that's what she means.
Glad to see nobody's changed. Say goodbye to everybody gonna die. Do about my face. I'm gonna look into your
Ota told me.
bone skeleton.
Plastic surgery, right? I kind of like this face. More than the other one.
You're good at your job.
Please come again.
You're good at your job. Bye.
Well, Ota.
Aw, you're going already?
I can see you anytime I want, right? That Matsushita diner?
You'll come?
Yeah, I want you to make me your omelet rice again.
Awesome. Stop by any time. I'll be waiting.
I'm just kidding. I'm actually there to see your mom. We're dating now. What? Yeah, see me later, loser. Ah, fuck, we're going there now. Oh, wait, he's here. I'm just seeing Mayumi. Like, fuck.
Oh, Tessa, your surgery went well, didn't it? Ota told me all about it.
Oh, she has a caretaker here.
So happy for you.
Thank you.
Aw.
Oh, who is this?
Oh,
I'm close friends with Ota, ma'am.
Is that right? Thank you for taking care of my boy.
You're the nurse from Central Hospital.
Yeah.
Well, yes. Have we met?
I don't think we actually met in this timeline either, though. It's alright, my face is different than it was when we met.
why are you here?
But did we meet in this one? I don't even remember.
I came to deliver Mayumi's medication.
No, we did, because Renju got away. This is the one where was the nurse for Renju.
The pharmacist sent me. I belong to the Association of Nurse Actresses. I got a call from my director this morning. They're giving me more lines. I used to have a bit part during the opening scene, but now I have lines at the end too.
Wait, so you're a nurse, but also an actress?
I'm really happy about that.
How about it's not you pretending to be a nurse?
That's wonderful, sweetie.
What's your name? Kagami.
Hanayo Nasu. It will be Hanayo Yogano next month.
You're getting married?
Yes.
That is so wonderful.
Thank you.
It's doing great thanks to you. The lunch rush is always crazy. My husband and I are working hard. We never get any time to rest.
Mayumi suffers from a brain dysfunction. I learned about it just before the incident 3 months ago. Matsushita Diner was actually closed up and her husband had already passed away. Unfortunately, it turned out that even the most advanced medical technology couldn't cure her dementia, but her medicine helps her manage the symptoms. It's a little odd, but it brings Mayumi happiness. To her husband's still alive and her diner is still in business. Oh. I don't know if she remembers me. I look different than I did 3 months ago. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't think so, at least. If she did somehow recognize me, then holy shit. She did ask me who I was after all, but even if I were in my old body, she might still have asked the same thing. But she does remember Iris. That witch died! Stabs the shit out of her. Is that because she's Oda's friend? I guess she doesn't think Iris is a witch anymore. It's kind of funny because in reality, Iris actually wasn't evil, but was she just saying that because Iris was overtaken by the other guy, by Saito? Maybe she like sort of weirdly instinctively knew about Iris.
I visited her in the hospital. Ota brought me.
Yeah, I remember.
I was so charmed by her.
No, stop. You're making me blush.
I had no idea she was such a nice girl.
You thought I was a witch or something before, right?
Don't remind me. I was so awful to you. But now I'm a huge fan.
Thank you.
Okay. That's basically that's another red herring tossed in there, right? Make you question if she's really good or evil.
Ota? That boy is a handful of trouble, I tell you.
That's not true.
Yeah, that's right. Ota can be really heroic and brave when the time calls for it.
No, I'm just kidding. He sucks. Of course, 99% of the time of life is not when the time calls for it.
Oh, you're praising my boy. Maybe I should give you a meal on the house.
Time to go.
Well, let's get going.
Yeah, goodbye.
Bye, Mayumi. I love you.
Thank you for helping my son. He needs friends like you.
All right, let's go see Moma. Fortunately, Moma died from that fucking gunshot wound. Nah, I'm just kidding. He's fucking fine. Just flex that shit off.
Date, let me tell you something. God exists. When Tessa was in the hospital, I prayed to this shrine every day. And guess what? My prayers worked. God must have been listening.
Are you crying?
No, dumbass. I don't cry. I don't.
Yeah, you're crying.
Thank you, God. Thank you for saving Tess.
Thank you. Thank
you.
I feel bad for his henchmen. They're probably like, boss, come on, making us look weak. Weak.
Anyway, what are you doing?
What the fuck are you doing?
Someone wanted to see you when she left the hospital.
Tessa, you didn't have to come see me.
I really wanted to see you.
An uncle told me about your request, so I've decided I'm gonna show you my panties. Here! Yeah!
Oh my god! There really is a god! And then his head explodes like Saito's earlier. Oh, damn it. He just couldn't handle it, Iris. He just couldn't handle it.
Oh, well.
Oh, well, in that case, yes, of course. I am here.
Well, there's one henchman. Where's the other guy? Oh, there he is. You all right?
Do I look all right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard you got plastic surgery. You look better than before. It suits you.
Not sure I'll take that compliment. The fat one. The not fat one. Your clothes, are you wearing the right size?
Shut up! None of your business. Lost a lot of weight, okay?
You look like you're dying.
I'm not!
You really should see a doctor.
Oh, Tessa. Believe it or not, I am a doctor.
Seriously?
Yeah, he doesn't look like it, but he really is a doctor.
They come to me when they don't want to go to a real hospital.
So...
Yeah, he's our mob doctor.
Why would I tell you?
I want to know too.
I'll tell you. My name is Yogano.
He lost all that weight because of a girl.
Boss?
Yeah, some nurse at Central. Nasu, I think.
Really?
Huh. Never would have thought.
Surprisingly good together. I got an achievement for it. Wow. Should we tell him we just saw her at Oda's place? Because he's a doctor, she's a nurse. Surprisingly good together. That's funny. Yogano? He has a medical license? So I'm taking a second just to look through some of the appendix. I did find one thing I found sort of interesting when they talk about it. 6 years ago, a prototype version of the sync machine was stolen. Boss knew that Saito was the one who stole it, but without knowing where it was taken, she could not retrieve it. Falcon with Saito's body lost its memory, and Saito and Rohan's body was crippled, so Sejima was not even aware of this machine's existence. During this time, MPD received reliable intel that the machine had been scrapped and the parts had been sold overseas on the black market. This report was, of course, false, but the MPD, but perhaps being bribed, decided not to pursue this issue any further. It was eventually rediscovered in the abandoned chemical factory, or plant. So that's why they were like, well, that's why we didn't look into it more and didn't think that he could come back in any way, right? Despite not having recovered it again. So that's sort of their way of explaining out of that potential plot hole of like, why didn't they not do something about it, right? Another thing that brings up is regarding why did So see Iris in his Somnium? And I already kind of had put this together myself. I can't remember where it was, but because they showed a picture of Iris just beforehand, so he sort of unconsciously put the connection together, which yeah, that's kind of what I thought. So if you're wondering why I've been looking through the appendix, it's because honestly most of it is just kind of like garbage. Most of it's like who gives a fuck, right? Slang for second. Isis and Iris, I don't care. Skanda, I also don't care. Doshinji, I know what that is. Aerial yoga, whatever. You know, it's just most of it's just emoing, dork. It's like, I don't give a fuck, man. If it tells me about like some important plot details, cool, but most of it's just like explaining terms that is not terribly interesting. Like seriously, what the fuck? Why is explaining the word conflict, a disagreement, contradiction, or clash? Oh, here's the explanation for potentially why Dato is willing to what you guys were talking about. Mass hysteria, mental illness in which a person's delusions are rapidly transmitted to others, which share in the same delusion, also known as mass psychogenic illness. During a sync, if the subject's under delusion, that same delusion could be spread to the mind of the sinker. That is what maybe why Date is so eager to believe Iris. I mean, I feel like this stuff would have been better to have just mentioned in the story or something, I guess. I mean, or if at the very least have put it in a glossary that wasn't full of a bunch of fucking shit. Like, who gives a shit, right? The space advocacy group. underground, the mafia. Thank God they include the explanation for Central Hospital, a large hospital in the Minato district. And unfortunately, it's like trying to go through and sort through what are the relevant ones. It's just like, ugh. Feels kind of like they were trying to do what like Steins Gate does, where they have like a glossary for things that might be hard to understand, because honestly, Steins Gate had a shit ton of like scientific jargon, a lot of different organizations with acronyms and things like that. And this is just, it's like, there just isn't really enough of it to really fill this thing. Most of it's fairly self-explanatory. So they filled it with a bunch of shit in addition to some important plot elements. I'm actually still missing some too, probably from extra fluff dialogue I missed. I think that's about it, honestly. There's just like a few things that they're like, that they don't mention in the plot that I feel like were in here that were relatively significant. Other ones are just like, here's some random geography for that one time we brought up an island, and an SAT, and an SSR. All right, how's your injury?
Injury?
You got shot 3 months ago.
That was just a scratch. Didn't even hurt. I'm all good now.
Pretty sure you almost bled out. We just, really? We're like, it's fine. Oh, okay. Wedding.
Wedding.
Dress. Bless. Tessa.
Imaging.
Compress. Process. Tessa.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no, it's gonna be everyone doing it.
Redress, transgress, Tessa.
The net idol superstar.
Tessa.
A set, you bet.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yes, good.
What did you do to these guys?
Just a little propaganda. Sun up to sundown. I made them watch your videos, Tessa.
I brainwashed all of them.
They got addicted.
Tessa, I'm so honored to meet you.
Please step on me.
Is it okay if I shake your hand?
You bastard! What makes you think you're good enough to touch her hand?
Your dirty peasant hands. Get that shit out of here. Smack.
It's fine. It's just a handshake.
Yes.
Yes. Fat one ran up to her and with a look of awe in his eyes, slowly took her hand.
So soft.
He shouted out in joy. He died. With a massive erection.
He fainted.
Too much excitement, I guess.
Geez, Tessa is a force to be reckoned with. Yeah, it's fine, whatever. About Rohan.
Don't talk to me about that guy anymore. I know he was a murderer, a real piece of shit. But we were brothers. I can't be mad at him no matter how much he deserves it. But I can't just forgive him either, you know? So I figure, fuck it. It's better to just forget about it.
Bye.
Anyway, sorry to bother you, Moma.
Date, wait! Before you go, I have one favor to ask.
Panties.
Oh boy, here it comes.
Do it.
This is hard for me to get out, but...
I want to see Iris naked.
Yeah, spare me. You want to see Iris's panties, right?
Panties? I never asked for something like that.
Then what do you want?
Puff puff.
I'm sorry?
I want Tessa to puff puff me. You know what I'm saying? Just shove my face in there. Just...
Are you kidding me? You know what? Fine, I'll ask.
Date, you're a real friend.
Damn it. Can she even do that?
All right. Close your eyes.
I mean, come on. Iris isn't exactly a curvy gal. I'm not even sure she... Well, whatever. What am I at? Just do it.
Yeah. Like this?
Good, yeah. Stay still. Do not open your eyes, okay?
Okay, now I'm going to have one of your guys come over here and spread his ass cheeks.
Promise.
You ready?
Yes!
Okay, let's do it. 3, 2, 1.
Date! I've never felt so alive! All these shitty years of my life have been worth it for this moment!
Boss?
Let's go.
I don't know what's going on, but okay.
He's having a moment, all right? It's fine.
This is amazing! I am lit!
Oh my God! Ah! The cat's still unconscious, isn't he? It's fine. He He might try to kill us later, but yeah, it's fine. Marble.
Date, honey. Who is this?
Hey, look, it's generic bodyguard.
Have I not introduced her before?
I'm Iris Sagan. Nice to meet you.
I guess we didn't meet in this timeline.
I'm a net idol from Lemniscape.
A virgin?
Hmm?
I'm just saying, sweetie. You look like you don't know a lot of men.
And what about you, Mama?
Me? I'm a fairy godmother, honey.
You are kind of like fairy godmother, honestly.
Because I associate with fairies and am an older, motherly woman.
That too.
Wait a minute. Who are you calling old?
You are.
Oh, Mama. What the hell's this guy doing here? You're
So's bodyguard.
Who are you?
Use. All right, he wouldn't recognize his face.
Don't matter. Talking about So? Quit that gig long time ago.
You quit?
Yeah. That guy fucking sucks. I punched him in the face and quit.
You're drunk, aren't you?
You're drunk, aren't you?
I'm not drunk.
From the look of you, you're pretty good at hiding it.
Mama! Tits! Oops. I meant tip. I got a big tip. If he gives me one more drinky.
Don't you think you've had enough?
No. No.
Oh, you're lucky I'm in a good mood. Fine. One more round, okay?
Yay!
He dies that night, though. Thanks, Mama. You're very good at your job. Hi, Iris. Wait. Oh, wait. About your headband? What?
Hey, Iris, I've been wondering. What's with your headband?
Oh, this? It kept my brain tumor from spreading. I don't really need it anymore, but I feel naked without it, you know?
Wait, really? There's lore behind that? Well, what do you know? Well, what do you know? How you doing?
As you can see, I'm a little tight, honey.
How could I see that?
You want to?
I do. I want to see.
Do you even know what she's referring to?
Huh?
What? What are you doing that bonito?
This? It's not bonito.
Then what is it?
It's a doo-doo!
Part of the man who cheated on me. I chopped him up and dried and smoked the flesh.
You're joking, right?
Am I?
How things for the past 3 months?
I can't say much. The public thinks our Ren killed Shoko. And then number 89 busted out of jail and killed Ren. And then he goes and commits suicide by blowing up his own head. That's what all the news reports have been saying. I know there's more to it than that, but...
Sayo Sejima and his body are both gone forever. The body I was in for the past 6 years, but the head office would never admit that publicly. Because at the time, the body was thought to be that of Detective Kaname Date. So they tweaked things a little bit and pinned everything on 89. So that he committed suicide at the old factory. Okay, well, there you go. Only Kaname Date managed to survive. That's how they wrote it. But that's not the truth. But nah, who cares? Oh, the truth is...
Spare me, honey. I don't want to hear it. If I hear the truth, I'm only going to have more questions. There are a lot of things that don't quite add up. Date's face, for one thing. Looking exactly like number 89. They say that your face got hurt real bad in the explosion.
So they took his face off and put it on my face.
They had to put you under the knife for plastic surgery to save you. Your face turned out like that by chance. That's what happened, right? Tell me it is. If it's anything more complicated than that, I will lose my mind.
You don't even realize you're in a Uchikoshi game. Leave.
We should head out.
Yeah.
Oh, leaving so soon?
Don't worry, I'll be back as long as you have information for me.
Oh, enough work. You should come in sometime for pleasure, honey.
Sure, Mama. See you soon.
All right, let's go back to this. Let's go back to all the locations we've been to in this game. All 9 of them. Remember when I found your dead body in this frozen warehouse? Ah, good times. Remember when now let's go to the chemical plant. Remember when we almost died here? Good times.
Iris, why did you want to come here? Haven't you seen everyone you wanted to already?
Yeah.
Ours just that we come to the warehouses. Oh, is her mom still here? Did we not pick up her body yet? That was odd, but drove her here anyway.
Thank you for today. It was a lot of fun.
Is the date finally over?
Yeah, I guess so. Thank you. Not just for today, but for everything. 6 years ago, you helped me and my mom, and I'm so grateful for that. Will you close your eyes for me, Uncle?
You want me to close my eyes?
Yeah, please?
Wait. You want me to close my eyes? Do you?
And just do it, quick! I'm so nervous, I'm shaking.
Oh, man. Oh, no. No way. It's happening.
Oh, God.
All right.
Try to keep my cool. Oh, for fuck's sake, Dante. He's like, oh, sweet. I know I'm technically your father figure in your life, but whatever. Let's make this weird. All right. Close my eyes. And...
Okay, open them!
Open my eyes, and there she before me was. Be stunned, cry, be amazed, scold her. I'm gonna cry.
It's been a long time, Kaname Date.
At a time like this, I'm at a loss for words. I don't know what to say. You are, that is, who are you again?
You haven't changed. You're still an idiot.
You idiot, what's going on? Why are you here? You idiot!
You idiot, I thought you died. I was worried about you.
Pardon, but you were the one who issued the self-destruct order.
Anyway, I want to know something. The number, 41205.
She explodes again. Ah!
There must be something to it.
It does not. It is only my favorite number.
Your favorite number? I see. Oh, sorry. I hear everything Iva says over this earpiece. I think I understand the meaning behind her number.
What does it mean?
Iris, do not tell him.
Uncle, think of the alphabet. What's the 4th letter?
A, B, C, D. It's D.
And the 1st?
A.
And the 20th? And the 5th?
Oh my god. Everyone's so tsundere in this game. What's going on?
Allow me to explain. I, or everything that constitutes my I, disappeared completely 3 months ago, including all of my backup data. However, fragments of my data were being secretly uploaded to cloud servers around the world for years. By downloading and decoding these fragments, I was able to regenerate my memories and consciousness.
Oh, okay.
It was the Wadjet system that brought me back to life. That system is responsible for proliferating my data.
By the way, I guess Iris now realizes that what her thoughts about NicoB or whatever was fucking bullshit.
Wadjet is like a mother to me, and she protected me as her child.
Iris is like, Wadjet! Wadjet! Oh, never mind.
And I am forever grateful to my mother. Never underestimate the power of Wadjet.
Never.
To be exact, I am not here. You are seeing an augmented reality virtual projection of myself. My physical self is...
In my left eye?
Yes.
How did you get in there?
I see you have not become any more astute in my absence. Think carefully.
Everything that the boss did, she did for you.
this when I lost consciousness.
Yes. Pewter embedded me in your eye socket. I knew the whole time. Boss told me about the plan to restore Aiba. I wanted it to be a surprise for you, so...
Is this my thank you?
Yeah. But it's not over yet.
Anyway, Aiba. Welcome back.
I love you.
Glad to be back. I'm home.
Well, now that Aiba has risen from the dead, I think we should celebrate with a dance number.
Oh no.
What?
Hit it!
Oh no. Please, God. Have I been a good boy? I made it through this game, right? Apparently not. I've been a bad boy, apparently. Uchikoshi's back. And he wants me to die inside.
Teacups that are flying, on maps mystifying. You'll think that I'm lying. This old tale of mine, a journey through time. A permanent fire, cold frost on the pyre. Fruit never expires. You've seen in your eyes, you've seen in your mind. While the old bow their heads, while the blind leave the blind, the marble loses shine. The eye clouds by design, but we know in our soul the one hope, the one truth, that if we believe we can make miracles. Even when
Oh, God.
the troubles of time against you, never let the fire fade in you. See the golden goddess with wings of rainbow.
Doctor's like, oh God, please.
The night sky to embrace you. Resist, allow your heart to take you. Never let this merciless world erase you. Passing down the light of the torch to guide you, and you shall be bathed in light.
Last note really gets me too. Dance is cute. Singing, not so much. Oh God, there's more.
Forehead might kick like a warhead.
Oh my God, Miss Diggy's there.
Floor spread. I'm queen of this ride.
Oh God.
And I'll show you why.
I don't wanna hide.
Oh, fuck you. Get the fuck out of here.
I know I was wrong. I love you more.
Oh my God, what's happening?
While they all lose their way and forget about things.
What the? What the hell is going on?
Know in our soul the one hope, the one truth. The fire.
Saito comes out, starts dancing. He's stabbing everybody. Ah, shit. Oh, fuck. Ow. Oh my God, Congress here. What the hell? Receptionist here. Uchikoshi's like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Everybody's here now. Why? Because fuck you. Driver's here. Momo's here. Random bodyguard's here. Is So in there? Please just let So be in here. It's truly ridiculous.
I'm who they say is the best detective.
Although without me he's ineffective.
That's it, we're done. I'm walking out of here.
I'm home.
Welcome back.
Whatever, Baka.
While the old bow their heads, while the blind lead the blind, the marble loses shine, the eye clouds by design. But we know in our soul the one hope, the one truth, that if we believe we can make
Miracles!
Even with the devils of time against you, never let the fire fade in you. See the golden goddess with wings of rainbows, set sail through the night sky to embrace you. Resist, allow your heart to erase you. Passing down the light of the torch to guide you, and you shall be bathed in light. The invincible rainbow arrow.
God, the song is this is the extended version apparently.
everyone. The reason you can see me right now is because I'm projecting
Oh my
myself with
goodness.
special
I'm all
technology.
warmed up over that. But I swear,
He's like, okay, what the hell?
Let's find your body. Oh, I'm kidding, Dante, honey. I love you.
Now they're all trying to explain why this is possible. Oh, fuck. The end. For real this time. Thank you for playing. Resolution route end. Your eyes have been opened. Your eye, buh. The fucking end. Well, I definitely learned some valuable life lessons. I don't know about you guys. Your dance has been oh my god. What? Is this just if I want to sit through that shit again? I'm gonna probably regret this. Oh my god. Slow motion. Play Griffin Alley. Oh, this shit. I can't. Okay. Can't fuck around with that one. Okay, that's enough of that. Never again. Oh fuck, I'm still here. I'm pressing the touchpad. Just return to the titles. Press touchpad. What the hell? How do I get out of here? I'm pressing the touchpad. Oh fuck, there we go. Jesus Christ. This maybe the right side of the touchpad doesn't count. Oh my god. Okay. I'm just curious to see what happens if I load here. Just goes back to the timeline probably. Yep. All right. Well guys, looks like we have reached the end of AI the Somnium Files. All right. Well, my final thoughts on the game. So now everything is said and done. Did the ending help sort of redeem this game for me? And I would say it did somewhat. I still think this game is an incredibly messy game though. Like a game that sort of glosses over details in hopes that you don't look too deep into it, right? Like in regards to the actual twist of the story, I think it's really good. And I do think they put a lot of hints and things in it to explain it and to, you know, show that this is not just some shit we pull out of fucking nowhere. No, this is like, you know, they built up to it. And in that regard, they did a good job. But in regards to like a lot of smaller plot details of just like character motivations, certain scenes, characters doing really stupid shit to move the plot forward. Like, for example, the thing with the body getting away in the Dante's flashback, right? That was pretty dumb. Just like I was dumb that they let Saito get away, and then they switched bodies with Date, and then Dante's in Saito's body, and they just let him get away. It's like, why, huh? What, like, and why did he even feel the need to switch with him in the first place? Like, why would he want to switch into a body that's just been tortured and beaten up? Like, why was that like I would sort of go, okay, well, maybe you could argue he just wanted to get the control of the Yakuza or something, or just wanted to see if it was possible so he could, you know, make use of it to hop into different bodies and kill people whenever he wants, right? And obviously he didn't know about the drawback to it and that he would lose his ability to get joy from killing people, right? But why him? Why Rohan? Why the guy they just tortured? If you were planning to do this, like, why wouldn't he go with some other random dude? Like, why him? I don't know. It just seems weird. Like, I understand they had to torture him to get the information out of him about the sync machine, but like, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I'm sure I'm not going to regret switching bodies with this guy. It just seemed like he was like fucking around, and then he's like, oh, whoops. And it's not just that, right? There is so much of that. That is like, that right there is just a small example. This game is full of them though, just full of moments like this where you're just like, why did they do that? Why? Don't think about it, just go with it, just go with it, just go with it. There are so many of them, and maybe there's some deeper understanding to it, right? There's some deeper meaning to it that I'm missing here, and I'm fully willing to acknowledge that maybe I'm just short-sighted in my thinking here, but it's not immediately apparent if it is the case, right? And if it isn't immediately apparent like this, I feel like they should at least go out of their way to explain it a little better, because how do they expect like regular people to play through the game to even just like piece together, like, oh, the reasoning behind that, right? I feel like as a writer, you're sort of like, there are things that you want to leave people obviously to think about and to let it simmer a bit, be like, well, what are the motivations behind this? And, what is the meaning behind these moments and stuff? And, really kind of dig in deep, leave some lingering questions. That's fine. But then there are things that are really intrinsic to the plot that really do need to be explained. And they did go out of their way to explain a lot of it, all right? Like the majority of everything was explained. The issue really comes down to just shit happening because this is what we needed to have happen, right? Was this twist itself satisfying though? Definitely. It was a really cool, interesting twist. I think the payoff was still good, right? Like I am glad they went through and explained like the circumstances of each situation where a body got taken and stuff, because it can get a little confusing. I think they did an overall good job with it, but it's just like those smaller moments. There are just spots, right? Little spots in each of them where just suddenly like, we're like, oh, how do we get to this? He just got away, And again, it's not just this moment. There have been many of them. I sort of lost track of them. And that's what kind of ends up losing me so much with this game is those moments where we just kind of like, just get kind of sloppy and aren't really like trying to do our best to create a believable narrative. Not to mention the unbelievable number of just complete immersion breaking stupid action scenes, which I know some people think it's funny and enjoyable. I'm just not one of them. I just found them to completely destroy any seriousness of like a buildup or any of the scenes that came before it. It just made me feel completely uninvested in what was going on. Because unfortunately, most of the action sequences, albeit the very first one we had, really did kind of happen during relatively important moments, right? And I've seen some people argue, well, Nico, the reason maybe they're doing the action scenes is because they realized, we couldn't do some big over-the-top, crazy, epically choreographed, fight scene or something, so we went with a comedic version of it instead. But my argument to that is that there are a lot of ways you can have a nice action sequence without it necessarily being, like, over-the-top and ridiculous, right? Like, even the stuff at the end with Saito, I mean, it did get a bit ridiculous, honestly. But like, Momo just came down, kicked him, and he got like shot or something, right? Like I was glad like they didn't do the dumb poor mag there. I was seriously gonna be pissed the fuck off if they did. I mean, we did have Mizuki, a little girl extraordinaire, coming in and, being fucking Diesel until she gets shot and then she's a little girl again. But it was still like suspenseful and climactic and, it didn't require a whole bunch of crazy shit happening. So I don't really buy the argument that, because of budgetary reasons, we had to go with this stupid bullshit. I also think this game, unfortunately, suffers quite a bit from, and honestly, an overload of fluff dialogue. Which probably is kind of weird. Like, well, Nico, it's fluff dialogue. You don't have to read it. But the thing is, the thing with previous Uchikoshi games especially was that those games were very focused a lot of times, right? Everything between the escape room sequences was basically just a visual novel. You didn't really have much control except for the occasional choice, right? You weren't examining stuff. You weren't doing any of that. You were just talking to people. And I like that structure way better than what they did here, where basically you have free range to look around and look at literally everything. And I say that because he decided to go about that way, it's like you are inclined to want to look around and see stuff. But so much of the fluff dialogue is so bad. It's just bad. And it's not even like, it's like some of the stuff, yes, I get it. Some people like puns and humor is subjective, but some of it's not even like remotely close to a joke. Like seriously, that one where he was like, there's a high table. And it's like, I don't understand, Dante. You want me to say hi to that? That one hurt me on the inside. Like, I was like, what the fuck, man? This shit is so stupid. And what really sucks, right? What really makes it suck is that those are just, for me, those take no effort, all right? Those are, like, to me, those jokes with absolutely zero effort put in. The ones that actually have, like, a fair amount of thought and are actually pretty fucking funny is, like, the thing with Kagami, where you're like, who are you again? Like, damn, that shit was fucking funny. And that's pinnacle Uchikoshi right there, I think. It's just the, like, who are you again? The trolley aspect of it. Big titty receptionist was honestly kind of funny. I'm actually secretly a reptilian. It's just so ridiculous. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? The fake endings. Let's go to Atami. Thing is, all those, I feel like all involve characters, right? You actually had to talk to them. But almost all of the fluff dialogue that involved looking around areas was, in my opinion, not good. all right? And in my opinion, all right, I didn't like them, and I, after a while, just stopped giving a shit. And I know it's like, there are probably some good ones in there, but it just, after a while, there's just so much bad that weighed all that crap down. The only one I can think of that really made me laugh was Aiba going, meow, and I looked at the cat, you know? That's the only one I can remember off the top of my head that I found actually pretty funny. I know, again, subjectivity. Humor is so subjective, but I also feel like you can't look at those and argue that they're clever, because so many of them aren't. They were just so lazy. And the problem is, I don't blame the game either, because how can anyone possibly come up with a bunch of interesting, engaging dialogue for how much examinable bullshit there is in this game? There is so much shit to look at. And honestly, it's like, if you don't have anything interesting to say about it, then just don't include it. Just make it like the other games where, aside from Somnium, I'm just going through visual novel sections. Maybe I'm choosing my location, but I don't need to look around the fucking area. Just let me like talk to them and ignore that extra shit. And I know, again, people are gonna argue, well, Nico, it's optional. You don't have to do it. But the problem is you're only gonna figure out that the shit is bad after you've examined them a billion fucking times. You know, you're like, this is Uchikoshi. Come on, man. I know he writes some good stuff. I've got some funny shit already with Kagami and stuff. I don't want to miss out on some extra funny stuff. Okay, this one was bad. This one was bad. This one was also pretty bad. Come on, there's got to be some good ones. Oh, that one got me a little bit chuckled. And just like, you keep going, and I keep digging this rabbit hole, hoping to God I'm going to find some more shit. And that's when, eventually, when I hit to probably like the 75% marker through this game, I just stopped caring. But by this point, holy shit, I was so like, overloaded with bad puns that really weighed the game down and didn't add to anything, which only I feel like took away some of my enjoyment from the things that actually had some decent effort put into them. They definitely, I feel like, went for quantity over quality in terms of the actual humor of some of these things. But this game isn't all bad, all right? Let me just, I'm starting off with a lot of criticism here, but let me just say some stuff that I did really like. The music in this game was fantastic. It was super good. I think every song was honestly a banger, and it had a lot of really fantastic emotional ones. I think some of the best ones were easily the final Somniums for a lot of these endings. Were just so good. I liked the art design. I don't think the character models were necessarily great, and this game was clearly made on a budget. I think that's probably the biggest reason for it. The actual art style, I think, did look pretty good. Like, characters looked nice, you know? I think the main issue was just getting characters to emote without making their face look really jank and weird. I liked the dub too. I thought the English dub was fantastic. Probably one of the best dubs of any of Uchikoshi's games. And I did like the overall, like, ideas behind the story. Like, I still found myself engaged, especially with some of these endings. The left side, for me, is still the best part of this game, right? Like, I think most of the stuff over here was honestly pretty enjoyable. And I did like the true ending for the most part. But the things that probably hold this game back for me the most is, one, Iris's route, right? I think this whole route here was just kind of, it just wasn't super engaging, not like the other ones. And I think a lot of it really had to do with how they decided to write Iris in this game. Like, it turns out in the end, right, that I was completely wrong. She's not a psycho. She really is just a girl that wants to dance and have fun and to hang out with Date, right? There was no evil intentions. There was no backstabbing. There was none of that. None of that was true, right? But this game clearly expects you to suspect her to some extent, right? They put a lot of things in here to make you think that she could potentially be this evil person. I mean, the Somnium over here, right, is for one, but of course that wasn't actually hers. It was Saito's. And similarly, the whole thing that made me really pissed off was with the phone, right, where she was texting Ota. That was not her either. That was, again, Saito. So I can't be like, well, that's, you know, Iris is fucking awful. No, it wasn't the case. But in those moments, I still felt like, holy shit, this character fucking sucks. So it's like, retroactively, I can understand why so many people, after playing through to the end of the game, would then go back with a fresh pair of eyes and see somebody else go through the game and maybe even have some or similar feelings that you did the first time around, where Iris is kind of annoying and also kind of a manipulative asshole, and see that and be like, well, Nico, you're not right. You're not right. That's not her, at least a lot of times. That one part at the start, that was her when she was like, oh, by the way, Date, I'm gonna threaten your livelihood if you don't like do some shit with me, which I think was a fucking terrible way to introduce this character. Holy shit. What a terrible introduction that was for her, because that shit just lingered with me, right? And then they just reinforce it continually with this shit. So it didn't seem out of character for her to be doing that. And it just made it so hard for me to care and be engaged by Iris, even after the ending and seeing that, oh, okay, those things about her weren't necessarily always true, right? Does that mean that now I'm like, those moments that I was bored hanging out with her and also kind of annoyed hanging out with her, like, does that change it? Not really, no. I still don't think Iris is a very good character. And Oda is like, the thing about Oda is he's clearly intentionally written to be a selfish, egotistical character, right? Character who thinks so highly of himself. And by the end of his thing, he gets sort of like a character arc, right? That's kind of the good thing. Does Iris get any kind of arc in this game? Like, by the end, is she a different person than she was at the start? Aside from the fact that her tumor gets fixed, right? Not really, no. She's like the same person, right? She gets her tumor healed, so I guess she's less delusional than she was before, but like, did she grow or change at all as a character in this game? And the answer is no, she didn't. So even as much as I find Oda annoying as fuck, because he is, like, even after these other scenes with him, like, it's just like, oh my God, every scene he's in is just like he's just such a fucking pain. I still have like this relative, like, okay, but you know what? I can see that he was written that way to have a nice arc. And, you know, it had at least a good moment here at the end of Miyumi's thing. And I honestly think this was the best ending in the game by far. It was really good. I liked Mizuki's, but I feel like some of that dumb action shit, again, took away from some of that, right? But like, Iris didn't really get an arc. I don't think by the end she really has become a different or better person. I get the point of the game is that she was always an amazing person, right? Always perfect, always. And I think that's what sort of also kind of missed me a bit, is that this girl is so clearly like disturbed and distraught and has a lot of fucking issues, right? And yet everyone around her doesn't seem to really care or do anything. They just let her go about it. Or even her own mom seems to like be in fucking denial or just doesn't talk about it at all until eventually Date's like, hey, by the way, let me tell you about your daughter's been telling me about this crazy Nicelot Illuminati bullshit. And she's like, oh, right. Did I forget to mention that? Yeah. Just nothing happens with her character, which I think is what makes this side so boring. And why even when she died, like the things she said to you, like they definitely strike a chord, but it's so cheap because you just feel bad seeing this girl die. But at the same time, you're also like, there's just nothing about her character that is particularly like interesting or eventful. And I think she's easily the worst written character of this game. Unfortunately, I think Atomi was pretty great. As much as I fucking hate Oda, I still think they did at least a decent job with giving a nice character arc and resolution. You know, I feel like he was selfish for a purpose, right? Mizuki, on the other hand, I think she's the best character Uchikoshi's ever written. She's super believable as a actual like real, like how she acts at least as a real child. And I actually like some of the funny stuff with her. I wasn't crazy about her being this like fucking demon, like this like godlike super child. Like it's funny, but unfortunately, it makes those moments where like big things are happening, she's basically a god until eventually she's not, for plot reasons, right? And again, then it takes me back out of it, right? Is it worth the laugh for it to sort of undermine some of the game's like important moments? And I would say no. If you're like doing something for just a gag and it ends up basically making those really important, serious, poignant moments less serious, less poignant, and more stupid, that's just not worth it. I honestly wish they just made Mizuki a regular little girl. I think that would have been more interesting. Maybe she had like a bit of a fire in her, but not make her literally able to bench press like 5 cars. I did like Aiba too. I also liked Date. I did sort of that. My problems with Date too, and I know some of you were like, Nico, the whole thing with you and the fucking Ota walking Date and like tasing him, it's like, are so ridiculous because like, yes, of course in a Yakuza den he'd be ready and willing and ready to fight off some dudes, but why would he be like, you know, on the defense when Oda's around, right? He wouldn't suspect this mild-mannered 20-some-year-old and blah, 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 blah. You're only seeing this because of the meta of the story, right? You just assume that because as a story viewer, right, you suspect that something bad's about to happen because anyone can see it coming from a fucking mile away, right? My argument against this is that I think that Date was written to be too strong at some points, right? In the same way that Mizuki was. Date was basically a god until he's not. And he's a god with Aiba. Aiba is similarly a god, right? She can detect and see like shit is happening in literally half a fucking second. And she's able to just be like, oh yeah, look at this thing, porno mag, and it increases his fucking demon power 30 times and he can go do some shit. She knows exactly the pinpoint trajectory of like shooting a fucking like fire extinguisher so that it blasts off and hits some dude in the nuts, you know? We can tell what characters are lying in the game by turning on our thermal graph until those times when we just decide not to turn on to see if a character's lying because of plot reasons. Date just got through being a fucking badass with the Yakuza dudes, but for some reason, Aiba and Date, neither of them could detect a potential underhandedness here with Ota and Iris in this fucking other scene, even though Iris just got through texting Oda in a fucking interrogation room behind his back and is clearly doing some underhanded shit. So why would I then drive her to this other bar and then be like, not at all suspicious when Oda arrives there after she's been telling them that she's been arrested? Do you now see why this frustrates me? We've already established both Date and Aiba as characters that are able to detect like the most minute details in people. Like, we unfortunately have set that precedent. So now suddenly he's not able to do that in 2 moments against Oda where he just gets the fucking upper hand on him. And I just don't believe it. And that's the shit that just takes me out of it and pisses me off. That this weeby, annoying little shit gets the drop on this super badass future cop. So yeah, that shit pisses me off. And unfortunately, that's a lot of moments in this game for me, is that just those little moments where we have characters do something just, again, for plot, but it breaks character and it makes them look stupid. Moments where this plot itself is slightly nonsensical in parts and we don't explain it. We just kind of gloss over it. So as much as I do like actually the parts in place, the endings that were here, the Somniums too. I actually think the Somniums in the game were actually all really good, except for the one where we learned the killers, which was sort of unfortunate because I feel like that was such a climactic moment. It was kind of like, but all they did was like, let's put that big factory again and have you open a door and then there's the people getting stabbed. Like there wasn't any like underlying psychological explanation for it like were for so many of the other Somniums, you know? I feel like that one was just kind of an afterthought. But honestly, that's like one Somnium out of what? We had like 8 or 9 or something. Like that's pretty impressive. Actually, I thought the one too where Date slowly got consumed too in the end in that final Somnium there was actually pretty sick. Even the one with Iris, as much as I wasn't a fan of Iris or her actual like plot and stuff, I did think the one where you're basically choosing to believe her or not believe her in this shovel forge world was actually really cool and super clever. Like I think that was probably one of the better new gameplay mechanics that Uchikoshi put into the game, though I would have preferred there had been maybe a bit more logic to it instead of a lot of trial and error. Like there weren't some, but there were definitely a few moments where it's just like, you just gotta guess, right? I get it. Dreams are not meant to be like completely logical, but come on, man, it's your own fucking lore, right? You can make it up whatever you want. You can say I took their dreams and made them more logical and then make them more like an escape room, you know? I think that would have made them even better and made you actually really try to think about how stuff works. Again, there was still some logic for some of these. Like I still managed to piece together some. Like I was really glad I managed to go through Yumi's without making any mistakes, because honestly, it made it so much more impactful just seeing everything the right way. I also kind of wish we got to know Boss a bit better. I feel like we really kind of didn't get to know her that much other than her being my boss. I think she was actually one of the cooler characters that really didn't get much discussion. You know, I mean, I thought we'd actually get a deeper look into her character in this Annihilation route, but not really. It was just more about Saito. So this is just, for me, this game is a game that had a lot of really high highs, right? Like moments that were like, oh, this is so good. This is what I love about Uchikoshi's games, right? And then a lot of like stuff that sort of bog it down from like true greatness for me. But do I think this game is better than, let's say, like Zero Time Dilemma? I still think 999 and Virtue's Last Reward are better than this game, in my opinion. But is it better than Zero Time Dilemma? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Before this ending today, I probably would have said Zero Time Dilemma was better than this game. But after playing through the ending, I think a lot of what the ending does help to sort of redeem the lesser factors of this, the things that brought it up here, right? Because then you learn that, oh yes, those are the moments where actually Iris. I mean, I still felt that way during those moments. And I still don't like Iris, and I didn't like her when I was playing through it initially. But I think it does at least sort of help to redeem it, which is why I still think when people going back through this game again, you get this different perspective, right? I see why so many people were still arguing like, Nico, don't freak out so much on Iris. It's not really her, that you can't say it, but that's what you're thinking. And so that does kind of save some of it for me. I just still wish that some of those moments weren't so frustrating to deal with. So I do think in the end, though, this game is better than Zero Time Dilemma. I think the high moments are they're just too good, right? And some of the characters are just too good to be like Zero Time Dilemma is a better game. Even though I think Zero Time Dilemma had better puzzles and stuff, I think that stuff worked a bit better. Zero Time Dilemma also get really fucking nonsensical at points. And the characters in there just aren't as powerful and strong as the characters that were in this game, minus Iris and Oda to an extent. Not to mention the other aspects of the game, the art direction, the music, the dub were also, I think, much better in this game. So I think this game is definitely a bit better than Zero Time Dilemma, but I still think the first two of Uchikoshi's games that I played, I know they made some other stuff too, but 999 and Virtue's Last Reward were still the better games. I think that Uchikoshi works better when he's got something, it's a bit more focused, right? I think this game was maybe a bit of a departure for him and sort of grander in scope than the other ones. But I don't think he quite hit it in the same way that he did with some of his previous stuff. Now, that said, do I still want to check out any games that he comes out with? Yeah, I definitely do. I do look forward to seeing what, project that he comes up with next. And hopefully he has maybe some more budget too to make that even more polished. And hopefully, with less weird graphical hitches or strange looking character models that a lot of these games have had. Honestly, I kind of prefer it if he's just going to do like this style anyway, just go with what you did with 999, where you just use character sprites. I actually like those way more, I think, than these 3D models. I mean, I know those probably take maybe a bit more time, but hell, even I think Virtue's Last Reward, yes, there was definitely some jankiness with some of the expressions too, because characters just, I remember in the game that I played, for whatever reason, whenever Clover got pissed off, she always smiled. And I don't know, I think it only happened apparently in my game. People said they played through and they didn't have that happen to them. But I remember it was it always threw me for a fucking loop. But even then, I still feel like those canned expressions where they'd Fi puts her arms down, it's gets really pissed off or something, is better than what they've been doing here with both Zero Time Dilemma and AI the Somnium Files, where they sort of contort their faces into these weird, almost human expressions. So yeah, I think this was still overall a fun game. I still am glad I checked it out, even if there were moments of it that were, I didn't think were the best. I hope you guys can at least, hopefully to some extent, understand where I'm coming from. Even if you maybe don't fully agree with it, that's fine. I don't expect everybody to agree with everything that I say. This is just the opinion of literally one guy, all right? But anyway, guys, I hope you all, at least to an extent, enjoyed these episodes. I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing next after this. I haven't really planned it out. I might do one or two one-offs or something like I usually do between series. But yeah, gotta have to figure out what series to do next. So after that. But I definitely have quite a few games that to choose from. So whenever it ends up being, I'll let you guys know when I start playing it. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this series to at least some extent, please leave a like and a favorite. It really does help me out. And subscribe if you're not already, become a Picky Penguin aboard the SLP, where the days are always sunny and the vids are always funny. But anyway, Picky Penguins, as always, till next time, guys, stay classy.